Alright guys, so I'm just going to be doing a quick review / comparison between PowerPro and Godline X8. They're both real quality braids in my opinion, so I'll be interested to see how they stack up compared to each other. Yeah. Alright, so first for the PowerPro, it is a 30-pound test in 300-yard spool. It's got a 0.28mm diameter and 14 kilograms in the kilos. The Godline is also 30 pounds, 300 yards, and it is 0.26 millimeters, so they're very similar in diameters, being 0.26 and 0.28, with the PowerPro being slightly bigger. The PowerPro is a 4-strand braid, whereas the Godline X8 is an 8-strand braid. So the Godline itself, it's in moss green colour. Yep. And the PowerPro, get this one open, is in a yellow high-vis kind of fluoro colour. So they've both just been opened here, never been used before, so straight out of the box. Alright, so the first test I'm going to be doing is lifting a dumbbell, which is at 25 pounds. They're both around 30 pounds, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. So first stand here with the Godline. It's just to tie it onto the dumbbell, and I'm just going to lift. There you go, it snapped. Dumbbell barely got off the ground before it snapped. I did completely snap. The knot was still intact, so it was the line breaking. So we'll go second trial. Exactly the same. Look, it got a little bit better that time. Dumbbell moved a bit further, but still broke. So it's certainly a fail for the Godline there. Now we'll do exactly the same test with the PowerPro. So it hasn't worked either. It's certainly got a lot better compared to the Godline. That was the closest we've got, but nonetheless still a fail. And now we'll do attempt 2 with the PowerPro. And look, the dumbbell's barely moved there, so it's failed as well. So neither line, despite being 30 pounds, has been able to lift the 25 dumbbell. Do need to keep in mind it is a wet strength that we are really wanting to test here. It's quite hard to emulate, so the dry test isn't quite as good. So now just tie the lines to a swivel. And we're going to pull apart to test the knot strength. Alright, so it's broken here, and it does appear that the Godline knot has slipped. So this a couple of times. Godline slipped twice out of the 3 trials. The PowerPro only once. So I suppose that's a slight win to the PowerPro. For the third test here, we're testing the abrasion resistance of them by rubbing the line over a bit of sandpaper and seeing how long it lasts before it breaks. There we go, so it's broken there. It's taken about 5 seconds to break. So that's not too bad. There you go, so that one only took 3 seconds. It's not quite as good. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this compares to the PowerPro. Well, so there it goes. Got 4 seconds. So pretty similar to the Godline. Despite being the 4-strand braid, I would have expected better abrasion resistance here. Oh, and that one's only lasted 3 seconds. So I would have expected much better performance by the PowerPro here. Or maybe it's just speaking of the quality of the Godline. So now I'm just going to do both lines at once, see how they go when they're literally next to each other. Oh, and there goes the PowerPro. So the Godline, believe it or not, appears to get better abrasion resistance despite being a slightly thinner braid and an 8-strand braid, which aren't known for their abrasion resistances. So we'll go again. Oh, and they're both broken at once, so not really a great trial there. Not telling us a lot, but it certainly appears the Godline is just as good, if not better, than the PowerPro when it comes to abrasion resistance, despite its thinner diameter, which is certainly interesting. Alright, so definitely in comparison, they're both very similar braids, they're both high quality. PowerPro is a very household name when it comes to fishing braid, whereas the Godline is more of the new and up-and-comer, but it certainly appears to perform just as well. Yes, its knot strength wasn't quite as good. Neither of them could lift the dumbbell, so they both failed that test, but its abrasion resistance was just as good, if not better, than the PowerPro. So I would have to say probably the PowerPro might be slightly better. It did lift a little bit closer to its weight. But in terms of comparison, they're very, very similar braids. The Godline, it's going to set you back a lot less than the PowerPro. In Australia, this 300 metre spool of PowerPro about $46, whereas the 300 yards of Godline only about $20. So big difference in price. And look, based off these results and what I've got here, I'll certainly be using Godline in the future, much cheaper for basically the exact same performance. So I definitely recommend you check it out. Post some links in the description. Be sure to get yourself some today.